The topic of the day may be of some interest to you. We all follow a spiritual path, and spiritual paths are many. It's not necessary all should follow only one path. No. There are so many paths. Of course, goal is one. Paths are many, goal is one. Each one follows his own method. Now the question is, how do you know, how do I know that I am following the correct path? What are the indications of the exactness of the path I adopt? How do I say that my path is correct? What are the indications? Not simply arguing my path is correct, my path, how do you say? What are the indications? That will take up this morning for some time. What are the indications of a path that brings success? A path that is correct, what are the indications? First point, if the path is correct, you will feel that you are a different person, that you are a different person, that you have a different identity. What do I mean by that? I am no longer a worldly man. I am no longer materialistic. I am no longer business-minded. I am no longer running after material objects. The taste for these things has gone. I was after positions. I was after so many things till yesterday. But this path I am following has made me a different man. That I am not liking those things that I liked till now. Until now, all those things I liked are now dislikes. So, first indication of the path that we choose has suited us is this, that we feel, every one of us here will feel, I am a different person. I feel my identity is separate. I am a transformed person. You yourself will know. I was a man of temper. I was a man of anger. I am a man of greed. I am a man of lust. Today, I am not. Everyone will know that kind of change, that kind of difference in one's own life, that he is a different man, that he is a transformed person. Others need not certify. For one's own conscience, we will come to know. The second indication is this: tensions, conflicts will drop or down. Will start dropping. Tensions, worries, anxieties, they start dropping. Any single point was a matter of worry to me. Any single issue causes immense tension. By following this path, I am free from my tension. I am free from my inner conflict. I am not disturbed by these things. That is the second indication to say that you are following a correct path. We can also say that tensions, they themselves will drop, not that you drop. They themselves will drop. This fellow is not disturbed by me, so let me not disturb him. So they themselves will choose to drop, will choose to be away from us when we adopt a successful path. Third point, when our spiritual path is correct, we feel light, we feel unburdened, aliveness. What do you mean by aliveness? Some faces are dead faces. Some faces are ghastly faces. Many faces are ghostly faces. It's not deadly, ghastly or ghostly. A face that is that is full of tranquility. A face full of peace. A face free from all tensions. Meaning that spiritual path has suited you. The path you are following has suited you. It has correct fit into your system. Therefore, you feel you are light. Though there are problems, we have problems, but still we feel light. We feel unburdened. Why? Our spiritual path, whatever it is, our spiritual path will make you free from the intensity of the problem. Problem is so intense. The problem is so serious. But if the spiritual path I am following is correct, it will make me light, unburdened. That's why we find many people still laughing, smiling. When we go to his house and follow him, we'll know his problems. There are fellows without problems. They are a problem to others. It's not so. Aliveness, tension-free. We feel that sky is pulling us up. Sky is pulling up. Body is pulling down. Gravitation force. But the mind, a spiritual mind, levitates, goes up. Levitation against gravitation. Gravitation, downward pull. Levitation, upward pull. So a spiritual mind, a spiritual path will levitate us, will lift us above. That's one point which I would like to draw your attention. Why and how? Why? When we are spiritually oriented, when we follow a spiritual path, what happens? Simple example. You know cranes there in the construction building. Crane, it comes there. We'll pick up heavy rocks and drop it there. Similarly, God's grace is like a crane. Up and put you down there. So levitation, feeling unburdened, feeling light because of God's grace will keep you there. That is a sign of the correct spiritual path. Next. When you follow a spiritual path strictly, sincerely, whatever it may be, I'm not speaking this is the path. I'm not that fool yet. I'm not that fool yet. Any path. You may like tea, he may like coffee, he may like Horlicks, some may like Ovaltine. Whatever, take anything that you like. Similarly, any spiritual path that you follow, as I was mentioning, the next point will come to light is this. If the spiritual path that you follow has correctly suited you, if you are correct, exactly fit into that, what happens is there is a change in every field, in every sphere of your activity. There is a change in your talk. there is a change in your walk, there is a change in your thought, there is a change in your action. A cognizable change in thought, word and deed. That the spiritual path will certainly help us to bring about such a change, a paradigm shift. Sir, there appears to be no change in me. Please change the path. By sitting in a Bombay train, you cannot reach Madras. By getting into Madras train, you can't go to Bombay. So, when the path you are following has not made you free from tensions, has not made you alive, has not made you smile, has not made anything, that system, that path has not suited, better you quit before it is too late. Before it is too late. Simple example. I give my own example. Some of the collecting flowers and doing worship or abhishekam won't get into my system. It won't get into my system because I am from a different background altogether for 3 generations. So it is impossible. Worship and abhishek, it won't get into my system. I may sit there mechanically, afraid of the priest or purohit there. Bribe him if he completes the process sooner than expected. It won't fit in. But those that like it, oh, good. It has fit into their system. What is that fits into my system? Is to read his book, is to write about him, is to speak about him, is to think about him. To write and talk and think about him is a thing that fits me, that suits me. So everyone may be having your own paths. Ashtanga Yoga Marga. There are 8 paths. Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Jhana, Dharana. Yes. Pratyahara, Samadhi, Siddhi. There are so many steps there. Ashtanga Yoga. Anybody may follow any way. But in any way, you should find out these things. You may go to South Indian canteen, North Indian canteen, or foreign canteen. Your hunger should be satiated. It should be appeased. In a similar way, whatever path we follow, it must bring certain changes in our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. If not, that system has not suited. It is another medicine. For cough, doctor gives some syrup. Cough has not gone. Sir, doctor sir, 1 week over. Bottle is over, but not the cough. Then doctor will change. You cannot say, I will take this only, I will take this only, meaning I have to die with cough. It's not that. When the medicine has not suited, come on, change it. In a similar way, when a particular spiritual path has not suited us, has not brought any change in our lives, better we change, take to another path. There is nothing wrong. British airline, Indian airline, any airline, American airline, why not? Emirates airline, go to the destination. We cannot say this only takes, he is a fanatic. He is a fanatic, if not idiotic. Then after some time, now comes another thing. Here comes the problem. Oh God, this path has suited me very well because I am not tensed, I am not worried anymore. Problems are becoming less and less in their intensity. I am not very much affected by the depth of the problem. I find myself a different person now. Good. It means system has suited you. Then comes the next phase that won't last long. We get fear now. A sense of fear. Why fear? We fear. Why? We are used to boring life, life of boredom. We are used to a mechanical life. We are used to a repetitive, monotonous routine. We are very comfortable there. We are very efficient in a life of boredom. When once you feel something new, you feel inefficient. I'm efficient in life of boredom. In the life of this levitation, in the life of aliveness, I feel inefficient. Suddenly, a complex comes that I am inefficient. Then comes the fear. Then comes the fear. Then what happens? Other fellows will feel that we are useless, that we are of no value. Simple example, when we Sai devotees attend any wedding, those fellows will feel disgusted with us, vexed. Better this fellow leaves this place. Because we don't like them. We don't have anything to talk to. We are not interested in the jewelry. We are not interested in number of saris and the dowry they got. We are not. We want to talk about Swami. We want to sing about his glory. Others feel this fellow is a gone case. He is no more useful. He is no more useful. Therefore, this path, an indication of the path is we develop fear that am I useful or not? Am I condemned or am I abandoned? Am I inefficient? Why? Why should I come here? That feeling will come now. Why? Because when Swami wanted me to come to Bangalore, when I joined there, I felt the same way. I was feeling, why should I come here? What nonsense is this life? Better I run away. Can I get along here? So fear. And also I developed feeling that I am not useful in this system. Because I come from a different background altogether. A normal, usual, casual, informal type. Here a rigid framework, computerized life. So I feel that I am useless, inefficient. So fear followed by a feeling that we are dropped out, we are left over, we are abandoned, that we are of no use to the community. That comes psychological. Then what we have to understand is, what should we do now? Let us know that instead of saying world has changed, let me say I have changed. The world feels that I am not useful. Sorry. I feel the world is not useful. Let not everybody say you are inefficient. Let me feel this inefficiency from your point of view is a top efficiency. My efficiency lies in this inefficiency according to you. If some people feel that you are of no use, non-utility, you can tell them, I understood. It is of futility. So I don't want to be one of utility. So I don't want to be useful to you. I don't want it. So let us take it that sense, but not in other way. When once a system, a spiritual path has fit into my life, I won't fit into the world. Something like this. Cables or something there. Cables or some connections. Computer cable, something. They put it exactly there. It only will fit in, not anywhere. I know very little knowledge, But when I see them, I connect myself to my mind. That cable connection will fit into that particular hole only. We cannot go on putting everywhere. Similarly, world may think I am unfit, but I think world is unfit for me. Therefore, this kind of a feeling, we should have it. Unfit. Good? Then what happens? All feel that I am useless. I have developed a sense of fear. People think that I am inefficient because of spiritual fellow. People think the spiritual fellows are inefficient. The spiritual fellows are incompetent. So they may feel that we are incompetent, that we are useless. They may feel so. But what happens? I am disturbed. I am disturbed. I feel it rather awkward because in colleges, factories, everywhere, he goes to Nagar Sankirtan, Bhajan and Seva activity. Oh, if that is a gone case, how about your case? Some case. Therefore, similarly, gentlemen, we feel earthquake, shaken, because we don't fit into system. And this system brought a change within us, a terrific change. Something like, right here it is summer, very hot. The moment you land in Chicago right now, you will understand what shake dance is. Chicago, whoa! Whoa, shake dance. Very cold there. Similarly, the spiritual path that has fit you, into which you have fit in, or that exactly suited you, you begin to feel that you are unwanted and that you are very much disturbed. At this stage, what should we do? I'll make a wrap-up of this so that we can connect these points. At this stage, what should we do? Before I go to the next point, just for your indulgence, one point. First point I said was, the spiritual path, if it has suited me, what is the indication? That I feel a different man. That I feel my true identity, something different hitherto. That I am a transformed person. And second indication is that spiritual path has suited me. There will be no conflict, there will be no tension. You will not be affected by these things. The next, problems, worries, they drop down on their own without any effort. They don't worry you, they drop down on their own. The next thing is you feel light, unburdened, aliveness. You feel light as if crane has lifted you somewhere. Gravity pulls you down. Levitation pulls you up. The sky is pulling up. What is it that's pulling up? God's grace. That it means the spiritual path has suited you. You feel light. Then I mentioned that this spiritual path that you follow, whatever may be, will bring a change in your thought, in your word, in your deed, in your temperament, in your walk, your talk, whatever may be. There's something different. Something different. We don't indulge in gossip. We don't get involved in rumor mongering or rumor generating. And we will not wish that other man should collapse as early as possible. We won't have that thoughts at all. They'll be altogether different. Whatever we do, whatever we speak, is going to be different altogether. Then I said, music starts now. When one system has fit into my life, this path has suited me, sense of fear develops. If it is correct or not. I am following Sai Baba, is it correct or not? I am going to Prachandalayam, is it correct or not? What is it I got? I can spend in my own place, carry on with my own business. Why should I come here? I have lost so much. I have lost so much. So we begin to develop a sense of insecurity and fear when the system is exactly fit into you. The initial dose will cause some tremors, will cause some disturbances. Why? The previous life was comfortable. Collecting money, earning money, selfishness, arrogance, ego, proud. We are very successful with these characters. With these features, very successful. Ego brought me some position. Greed helped me some more money. Pride made me special. Jealousy made me competitive. So in those dirty habits, I was very successful. But in this changed life, because of impact of my spiritual path, a fear of insecurity. Has it suited me or not? Moreover, a feeling of diffidence, not confidence. A feeling of diffidence. I feel diffident. Am I efficient? Am I normal? Am I doing as perfectly like anybody? I am as perfect as before, or something lacking in me. We know some people, in the name of spirituality, they go on looking like that. I don't know. The best place for them is mental hospital. Good. They too should earn money, Somebody after getting interview, many people, they go normally. When they come out of the interview, particularly some of the boys who are close to Swami, he talks in the morning and evening. That fellow will not move with anybody. He is not friendly with anybody. What happened to you? Many people ask me, why Baba has not introduced psychiatry in our super specialty hospital. I said psychiatry has not introduced because all of us are psychic. It is only in difference in size. Some may have gooseberry, some may have mental of orange fruit, some may be mental of pumpkin, what to do. It is only different. So, and the whole Kulwant has to be converted into outpatient department. Because all of us have. Therefore, my friends, what happens is, we develop that kind of feeling that we are not useful, that I am not any more efficient, I am unfit. Then what should we do? Don't think you are unfit. Think that the world is unfit. Why? World has not changed. You have changed. Why have you changed? You are following a spiritual path. You feel that there is divine. So you don't speak lies. You feel the presence of God. You don't get into bad actions. So what happened? Nothing happened. You are quite fine. World is like that. You have changed, but the world has not changed. Now, disturbance, I am disturbed. Because many people ask me, Anil Kumar, why are you still here? What do you mean? Swami is not physically here, why should you be here? I said, it's not your problem. It's not your problem, it's my problem. No, I want to know why you are. All right, better you know. I want to be here, therefore I am here, that's all. I have no reason. Why you are here, I don't know. And I had been to my native place recently. I returned only yesterday. Some people said, what are you doing there? I said, I am not doing anything. They said, are you still working? I said, I stopped working. Then they asked me, why should you be there? I told them, I can't be here, therefore I am there. I can't be here, therefore I am there. People said, have you settled there? How do you say I am settled here? I settled at my native place for decades. I settled in Bangalore for some time, settled in Puttaparthi. So wherever you are there, you are settled. What do you mean by settlement? Nobody can settle anywhere. The settlement board is in his hands. He will settle, unsettle. So I look like a crack to all of them. They all look like double cracks to me. Therefore, my friends, now, there are many people, what do? They remain silent. You will know, my friends, silence is of two types. Silence is of two types. Because of tension, because of worry, because of inferiority complex, because of fear. They have no expression. Silence because of suspicion. Silence because of fear. Silence because of uncertainty. Silence because of turbulence, of disturbance. Silence because of inner conflict. That doesn't mean they are saints. Look at their face, they are silent. Amma, horrible face. All wrinkles on the face. No smile on the face. As if he has lost all his 32 teeth. He has forgotten how to smile. But he is silent. The graveyard is very silent. Graveyard cemetery, very silent. What is the difference between that silence and your silence? That silence and your silence is out of helplessness. There is a fear, there is a complex, insecurity. That is not silence, my friends. Silence, please, is the board. They are silent. They don't talk. But mind is a market. Full of thoughts, this is something. Bangalore traffic or Hyderabad traffic. Thoughts, silent. But blood pressure will be up. If it's really silent inside, his blood pressure should be normal. Why all of us go for checkup, monthly checkup? It is not silent here. Therefore, my friends, silence first type is outer silence. The silence of the second type is born out of meditation. Meditation is the process that connects you to God. When meditation connects you to God, when you think of Him, concentrate, contemplate, meditate, silence. That silence is a blissful silence. Blissful silence, a silence out of bliss. Thus I look at Buddha's statue. Buddha's statue face, as we see how calm it is. Christ's face, how calm it is. Better not we say our faces. The face is the index of the mind. So inner silence is reflected on the face. Outer silence neatly exposes you. Supposing I go to the college, boys will feel He must have had some fight at home, therefore he is like this. Yes. So outer silence expresses itself. The inner silence, born out of meditation, is a blissful state of experience. All right. Sometimes something wrong goes there. Something wrong goes there. When anything wrong happens, you should say that is wrong. I don't say let chalta hai, let it happen. It is indifference. That silence to a situation is your indifference. Let me tell you openly, why should I hide any longer? If anyone collects money in the name of Swami, I should tell them you are wrong. If anyone acts like Swami, I should tell them you should not act like that. Stop it. Stop it. It will be good for you, better for others. Don't imitate. Don't collect. Don't do that. I should tell him. Tell him. No, I remain silent. It is indifference. It is helplessness. That is not silence at all. Meaning, you got adjusted to that. Yesterday someone was telling me, why should we bother about these things, sir? I and my Swami. That's all. Then I can go back to my house at my native place. Why should I move among people? I'm in a community, I'm in a society. It's my responsibility to mingle, to be friendly with everybody. Therefore, my friends, the silence is not out of helplessness. Silence out of meditation. Silence out of meditation is the inner flowering of consciousness, blossoming of consciousness that makes you blissful, very much it tells on the face itself. Then what happens? When you are blissful, when you are happy, when you are silent, serene, spiritual, calm, what happens? You are connected to the universe. You are connected to the whole of the universe. Universe is connected to you. You feel cosmic. You feel cosmic. You feel universal. You don't feel I am this, I am this. No. I am everything. I am universal. I am cosmic. That is born out of silence, in meditation, inner flowering of consciousness. Then what happens is this. If the method has suited me, if the spiritual path that I follow has suited me, what happens? I'll know my faults clearly. What is wrong with me? What is unwanted stuff in me? Garbage within. Municipal stuff within me. What is that? Something wrong. What is it? No, unwanted stuff. Meaning I am aware, I am alert of my own weaknesses, of my own pitfalls, of my own mistakes. That's one thing. Then what is happening? In that silence born out of meditation, the way that we follow, it is something like a torchlight. With the torchlight you can see anything. Similarly, this torchlight will show all our mistakes, all our weaknesses very clearly. But people who don't want to see, because they're very happy in darkness. If I don't know that I'm egoistic, doubly egoistic, multiply egoistic, though people condemn me downright. Because I don't realize that ego is a mistake. Some people are very proud. Why? They don't know it's a blunder. Therefore, a spiritual mind, a silence, will expose all the weaknesses, all our own inner faults. That's one thing that becomes apparent. Now, what do we feel? Why should I know my weakness? Let me live with my weakness. Let me live with my weakness. Because if the light is there, I am seeing weaknesses. Put off the light. Very good. I am comfortable in the dark, like gundas and thieves that move in the night. Rats. So if we were comfortable in the night, in dark, good. But if we want to live in the light, all mistakes are exposed. Born in silence out of meditation. At this stage of fear, at this stage of doubt, at this stage of confusion, at this stage of a complex of helplessness, a psychology that is disturbing, at this stage, the Divine Master will come to our rescue. The Divine Master will come to our rescue, will help us to build up our confidence. Yes. Why? Because he said, why fear when I am here? Don't worry, come on, proceed. The path you are following is correct. I'll help you, don't worry. That's what you'll have the feeling from inward, inner voice, what you call. But this is just a beginning. Developing a kind of confidence that I am following the correct path is just a beginning. But we should not be afraid of the rest of the things. Some people ask me, Anil Kumar, what will happen if they ask you to get out? I said, I'll think of it then. Why now? If people ask me to get out, I'll think then. Why should I now? Why did I think of that problem now? Life is here, not then. Life is not there, life is here. Life is now, not then. Therefore, my friends, let us not be afraid. Let us not be confused. Let us not escape from it. Supposing I got some fear. To run away from the fear, what do? Is, I move with noisy people. To escape from this inferiority complex, I move with much inferior fellows, becoming myself cheap and cheaper. Because my psychology is disturbed. Move with inferior people, useless stuff. Now I am useless. I'll mix with a fellow who is much more useless. That makes me comfortable. It's not that, my friends. Let us not run away from this fear of insecurity. Let us not run away from this hesitation. Hesitation, the state of hesitation, whether we are following correct path or not. No, let us not escape. Let us live with it. Let us live with it. Then what happens? Light shows you, the inner light shows you the correct path. The correct path will give you the inner light, will tell you what you are. That is really shaking, my friends. Unfortunately or fortunately, I cannot express my feelings. I feel like crying, I tell you. I feel like shedding tears when I think what spiritual progress I made. So many years have been spent. I experienced Advaita. No. I can only say I spoke enough on Advaita. Have been benefited by all Sai teachings? No. I can only say I could broadcast, telecast, share Sai's teachings. What method you are following? No method. So life is going on at a fast rate, and we have not started. That is the point. The flight will leave at 9 o'clock. And you have not started at home. You'll miss the flight. So in the spiritual journey, I question myself, believe me or not, individual level I am telling, is there any elevation in my life? Is there any enlightenment in my life? Are the goals defined? Is the path correct? Every time I feel like that. Please believe me. I share the same thought with some of my close friends. They too share same thing because we are birds of same feathers, sailing on the same boat. In one sentence I can tell you, we think we are on this correct spiritual path as high devotees. Is it correct? I say I am following spiritual path, correct Swami's path. How? Miracles experiences. I tell my experiences everywhere. It is worst of the miracles that would happen to my life to hear your tape record type of experience. You go on repeating same experiences, same miracles. What is all this? Experiences are not important, my friends. Experiencer is important. Screen is important, not the pictures. Pictures come and go. Screen is important. Have I experienced that screen? Have I been in that state of experiencer? No. I go on speaking experiences. All right, how long? Have you ever realized that you are not the experience, but experiencer? We have not realized. That's why I feel sometimes most of the life is wasted. Much of the progress has not been made spiritually, accepting talking, accepting sharing miracles, accepting blowing my own trumpet. How Baba saved me. Then I'll feel he saved you so as to kill us. Some fellows say, Baba saved me. All right, why? You are really burdened to all of us. A big punishment to us. By saving your life, Baba is punishing all of us. He would not have saved you. All of us would have been saved en masse. That's not that. Experience should bring transformation in you. Experience should bring friendliness, loveliness, a change in you, a sort of bliss in you, in all of us, including, beginning with me, I should say. Therefore, my friends, when the light shows all the mistakes with me, in me, I am now alert. I am now aware of all my weaknesses. Then I will begin to understand not what I am, but what I can be. What I can be, not what I am. Therefore, a true spiritual path will tell you what you are and will also make you ready to be what you can be, what you ought to be, what you must be, what you are capable of, what you are. What you are exactly. That's really important, my friends. But that which comes in our way is this doubts. Swami, can I enjoy bliss? Swami, can I taste a drop of non-dualism? A drop of non-dualism. Can I have glimpse of totality, the wholesomeness of the cosmos? Just a glimpse of it. Doubt comes. When the doubt comes, what happens? It is impossible. There are many people say, this life is not enough. Some people come and tell me, Mr. Anil Kumar, you are speaking of so many things. One life is not enough. Then how many lives you need? How do you know? How do you know? Means I don't want to do it, therefore we'll say this life is not. There are some people say that is a higher stage. What is higher stage and lower stage? There is nothing like higher stage and lower stage. All same. Same stage. There is no higher and lower. There is nothing like next life and life after. This life, here and now. The realization should happen here and now. That's what a true spiritual path is. But in the world outside, when we have a doubt, there will be a solution and problem is solved. But in spirituality, only doubts, they are never solved. People go on telling, do this, do this. All right, first you do and tell me. My friends, in spirituality, doubts may arise without an answer. In the material world, every doubt has a solution, has an answer. Why? Doubting mind. If I tell you, Aham Brahmasmi, I am God. How can you say? I don't think so. I don't think so. So what do you think then? So even if it is said, a doubting mind is never prepared to accept. Why? Why? Because a doubting mind lives in doubts. I ask you a question, you give the reply, another question, give the reply, another question, because I don't hear you. As you are telling, I start questioning. As you are answering, I am ready with another question. What can we do? That is a doubting mind that will never take us anywhere, particularly in the spiritual field. Because for a doubting mind, your answer will never satisfy. Suppose a creation is very important. Why? Because to realize the Creator, how? In creation you can be a creator. I don't think so. What do you say that? All answers are useless, irrelevant to a doubting mind. A doubting mind will never accept any answer because that mind feels happy in doubting its own existence. So that doubting mind will never help us. So what should we have? Instead of doubting mind, we should have trustful mind. Trustful mind. A mind that trusts. Trustful mind means what? The mind that accepts. The mind that surrenders. A positive mind. The more along this line we'll have in the next talk. As the time is up, thank you very much for your gracious presence. I love you very much. May Baba bless you. Thank you very much.